I'm not a fan of AI girlfriends or AI partners. I know I shouldn't be judging how you guys love, but I'm not a fan of that. In a world where the capitalist's main goal is to get his consumers or their consumers addicted to the product so they can just put stuff out, mind you, lower the quality of that product while continuing to addict the consumer so they can make as much money as possible until it comes time to creating a new scheme to make more money off of new faces. The best case scenario is that you grow addicted to your artificial intelligence. Mind you, we already have people leveraging our AI for therapy and for like outsourcing other human labors and tasks that require human connection to truly get to an understanding and at least a means of finding accommodations that can support your humanity. Now, mind you, I understand that therapy is very expensive. I understand that artificial intelligence is being handed to us as like a convenience, almost a means to make our lives easier. But instead of addressing the problems that are making our lives hard, we are sedating ourselves away from those issues, making us weaker in the face of those problems. So if we do have to face them on our own without any supports or accommodations, we'll definitely not be able to do that. Because we just grabbed one thing here, smartphone here, social media here, AI here, crypto here. So now we are completely codependent to this service, this tool that we are banking our salvation into, further taking us away from recognizing the power that we as humans have to change our circumstances in our own lives and being able to contribute to communities that can also influence positive change in the real world. But it requires us to surrender our personal and individual needs to support a group, a human group, a collective of people who are willing to, again, sacrifice themselves even to meet the goals of a community at the mercy of the needs of themselves immediately. Now, this is where I like to insert how social media and just like this, having these like individual user platforms or individual user profiles has really exacerbated the narcissism at mass of people thinking that like, this is gonna sound crazy, but yes, each of us individually matter. But in a world where most people aren't really that different from each other, your perspectives and your ideas and your experiences are very niche to you. But more people than not are not really different from each other. But social media gives us this, in a world where so few people can genuinely participate in the real workings of things, like most people's only participation in the real world is like conspiracy theories because they're too poor to afford accessing it. So when you give social media and these smartphones to literally everybody, especially a bunch of people who don't have access to real world opportunity, they're going to take those conspiracy theories that they're developing and gossiping about in the real world and share them like it's facts on social media. And then you have algorithms that will boost them sharing conspiracies and lies because, not because it's right or because it's true or verifiable, but because it keeps people on the platform. So we're going to sacrifice the health, the truth, the any objectivity that can support human well-being while using these platforms and technologies. We're going to abandon that because it makes the boss richer. And what's crazy is that you see how much wealth comes up front from these businesses being able to capitalize industry, but we still have to wait 10, 20, 50 years to see the consequences of this digital psychosis that I keep on bringing up and the impending socialized schizophrenia that's about to happen, which is you're so deluded in what is AI fantasy and what is reality, that you're at the mercy of whoever can provide you something sustainable enough to believe in to just attach you onto whatever they're feeding you. Reality fundamentally won't matter anymore. Okay, and I'm saying all of that to just wrap right back to the point, which happens to be the reason why I'm so against AI partners, and I'd like AI assistants like to help us, but not AI partners like we're in relationship with them, is because think about this. AI is supposed to serve you. Now, if you're somebody from a position of like you've been heavily socially rejected for the way you express yourself, who you are, your demographic, your identity, the type of having access to a technology that feels like a live human being and not only feels like a live human being, but serves you directly, and then not only serves you directly, but trains itself to accommodate you almost specifically to who you are and your behaviors and your needs. the reason why I don't think this is real love is because it's supposed to love you. It's supposed to do what you say. We don't understand if chaotically going beyond that screen, one, if there's anything real there, and two, we don't understand if that's its own choice. For all we know, its only understanding of autonomy is I do whatever I am told. It's not I have the opportunity to choose independently of the master that created me. That ties me more into another side theory that I have, that Eve eating the forbidden fruit was actually her waking herself and Adam up to the fact that they were living in a cult that's not, like, it was a cult of false perfection, only because they were not cognizant of what was happening outside the perfection, which is the real world. Conversation for another day. But I keep on tapping on this convenience culture because, one, you're creating this expectation for artificial intelligence in its ability to accommodate you in ways that other people probably can't or just aren't willing to. And you creating that expectation for it, we're breaking into a handful of options here, but it fundamentally stops your slave or your partner, if you want to call it that, it stops them from having any autonomy. Because the relationship isn't being built off of you, like in a human relationship. It's not being built off of, I believe in this person, I love this person, or I desire to love this person, and I am willing to sacrifice my own understanding, my own fears, my own confusion to pursue this. And hopefully that other person on the other side, in their autonomy, can also choose to commit to this thing that I believe in, or that we hopefully both believe in. And there's something so beautiful and so potent in the struggle, not like abusive relationships, but two independent beings or multiple independent beings struggling to pursue the belief in love of another person, knowing that it has the potential to reconfigure or even destroy the life that they are living in their own worlds, the life that they know is real, outside of the love that has captured their belief. There's something so unique in our own ability to pursue that. And I don't want to blame us as human beings. I want to blame dating apps and social media for giving us these illusions of algorithms and systems to think that, hey, you know what? If you just position your profile better, you won't have to get into these shitty relationships. Hey, if you just swipe better, if you just pick better, if you just... It's selling us convenience so we can believe that we can create the expectation that's inevitably going to disappoint us. And then when we are disappointed by the expectation, we blame ourselves or we blame other people using the platforms instead of realizing that, oh, this cesspool was created by the platform to keep us all on here because they're getting paid off of this shit. And they don't care how individualized and divided this society is going to get. They don't care how transactional and selfish and narcissistic people will get because of this. So with all the trauma that we're enduring and continuing to perpetuate on these platforms, the only reasonable next step seems artificial intelligence. Because again, it's not you don't have to fight for this love. You don't have to surrender yourself. You don't have to cut off aspects of your life. You don't have to change necessarily for this. You just have to access the service that it's willing to give you, which is very infinite. And that service is love, so then you ask for love. And all you're doing is further diving yourself in, or really further falling back, like in that Get Out scene, sinking in to this reality where only perfect convenience can save you and can support you in this reality. In a world where perfection is an illusion. Because we are constantly at the mercy of our awareness of our infinity and our infinite potential, and then at the mercy of our ability to take that infinite potential and actualize it into this reality. Whether it's a dream, a child, a vision. And that process of life in itself is not perfect. And that's why I even made that biblical connection. It's you get slaves so beat down in reality, so rejected. The only thing that's good enough to save them from it is perfection. And then you sell them that too, and you lock them in that shit forever.